what's going on Facebook? I decided to do this tutorial because I got several requests for it. So I'm going to get it going here in a second. Let me open up Photoshop for you real quick. And what I'm going to talk about today is how I've been making these Facebook 3D images. So I'll let that pull up here in a second. I'm going to do it live because it's a lot simpler that way. And of course, it's opening for me. I got multiple screens open, so hopefully it'll open in the right place, and of course it doesn't. And so I'll open it here, and all I'm going to do is open up the three different files that to give you an example of how this works. All of my images I've created inside of Procreate, so I'll open these three images up. And so, as you may have seen yesterday, this is the image that I posted, and I'm going to show you how I get it set up to be streamed. I mean, not to be streamed, but to be cast on Facebook. So let me get this set up here in 1 second. I just want to make sure that I share this so others can see it as well. So just bear with me for a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to my art page so I can share this on my home page real quick. And hopefully you guys can hear me with no problems. And let me share this elsewhere. Yeah, my Facebook has been kind of wonky lately, so just bear with me. Share one more location and we'll be good to go. And also share it to my group. Too shy guys. Let's get this rolling. So anyway, as you can see, I have my image here. As I said, I created this image inside of Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, I'm sorry, inside of Procreate, my iPad app. And you can see you can't tell, but there are various layers here. Let me zoom in on this so you all can see it a little bit more clear because it might be smaller where you are. So here's the image. And as you can see, I have these different shapes. I have these different shapes for the foreground. This image here, got the moon, got the clouds, got some stars, I got some mountain ranges, so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you what the outline of this looks like in what's called a depth map. And there's really nothing more but various background colors. So as you can see, I'll toggle between the two. Whoops, not that one. Toggle between the two. As you can see, if I zoom in just one more. This is basically the depth map is just showing which images I want to stand out more than the others. And so all I did, because I wanted the character to move more than everything else in the background, as you can see, I made the character lighter than everything else. So in terms of the depth map, the things that are darker are considered the background, and the things that are lighter are considered the foreground. And without overcomplicating everything, as you can see, the image, I wanted him to move more than everything else. So I made him the lightest thing in the image altogether. And so that's why this is that color. And my clouds, I wanted them to be slightly further behind, not too much because I wanted them to have movement as well. So I made them just a darker gray. This is also gray, by the way. I wanted to keep it gray because I didn't want it too white, because the way the depth map has been working for me on Facebook is that when I make it too white, it starts to distort the background, and this is just what I've gotten so far. I'll experiment with a little bit more, but this was actually my first depth map that I used for that image. And so as you can see, I have here, yeah, if you can see my cursor, I have the strings from the initial image. I have all of that outlined, but what I had to do was change and block this area, because the way the depth maps work with Facebook, they don't really do well with small angles. So if you do text or anything like that, if you've seen some of my prior images, I talked about the issues that have arrived through with the text. And the way that I corrected that was I'll go to what I actually used for my update to my depth map. And I only had to do 2 this time. My previous ones I had to do several depth maps. So as you can see here, I'll zoom in. It's slightly, I'll show you the difference. So here's the original, and you can see in this area where I have the strings, I just went ahead and blocked that out. So I have a big blob here just to make sure I didn't get any fragmentation on the strings, because it did when I threw it into the Facebook images. It compiled and it started giving me some weird feedback there, so I just went ahead and blocked this area out. But anyway, this is really pretty much all that is required to make a depth map. As you can see, I put here in the top left corner, I put solid white, and in the bottom corner, I put a solid black. I just did that just so the depth map could compute all of the different variations in terms of the depths of the darknesses and the lightnesses. I got this from a gentleman, I can't think of his name right now, out of a group that I'm in, Black Designers United. He's the one that gave me that little tip. But anyway, as you can see, it's fairly simple. And next, I'm just going to show you how I upload it. This is literally all you have to do in order to make the 3D images that I've been making in Facebook. Is you need your original image, and you need the silhouette or the depth map of that image in pretty much grayscale. That's all this is grayscale. And if you can tell, I don't go all the way black or all the way white on any of the images because of the experiments that I've done. This seems to be the best thing, and as you can see, I even have slight variation in my mountain range. The mountains here are a little darker than everything else, and then the background of the mountain range is just slightly darker than that one. So it's just small shifts in terms of when you move the images around. So next up, what I'm going to do is show you how to actually upload this into Facebook, which is actually the easiest part. So I'm going to just drag this over here. I'm going to go full screen so you can see it. Actually, you know what? Let me log into Facebook first, and then I'll drag it over. So do this. Yeah, and I'm doing this again because I got requests from different people. I tried to explain it, and they thought I was talking gibberish. I still may be talking gibberish now, but we shall see. So anyway, as you can see here, I'm in Facebook. This is my timeline. Let me go to Lake Taylor Art. And I'm not actually going to load this, but I'm just going to show you the process of what happens. So as you can see here, I'm in Facebook, and it says photo. So actually, I'm going to click upload photos, and then I'm going to go to my screen. As you can see, I'm doing something with Cozart. And so as you can see, I have, hopefully you can see this on your phones if you're watching on your phone. There are 2 different images here. I have Leap, which is what you saw there. That's the Leap. And in order to make it a 3D depth map for Facebook, all you have to do is label it. See, the name is Leap, and then label _depth. That's it. Just _depth, and that's how it'll work. So as you can see, this is the depth map that I created, that I corrected. And so I have to choose these. I'm going to choose both of those, and I click choose. And when I click here, you can see they're uploading. Facebook will actually compute the depth map for me. I don't have to do anything else. It'll compute the 3D. Let's see. As it uploads, as you can see there, Facebook is creating the 3D photo. That's it. There's nothing more to it. It's, yeah, they handle the rocket science. And as you can see in my preview, if I move my mouse around, it just shows that it's working, right? So I wasn't getting any artifact on this, just a little bit. But as you can see, this is how the depth map was created. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just make an image and make sure you make a depth map or a grayscale silhouette of everything within the image that you want moved, right? And you upload it to Facebook. You have to upload the file with a file underscore depth, and that's it. So that's my tutorial. If you guys have any questions, please leave comments, and I'll be sure to answer those. And there you have it. Take care. Let me end this video. And I appreciate you watching if you took time out to watch it.